talk to people. So I'm very keen to see the faces of people, right? I would be very happy if you can switch on the videos. Thank you so much. Manoj Kumar, you have raised your hand. You have something to say, or you're just saying hello? Okay, so see, the language of communication now is going to be English. Is it fine for all of you? Is it fine for all of you? Just in the chat box, you can say, yes, English is fine. Yes, if you say yes, I will understand that English is okay for all of you. Is it fine to people? English? Yeah, great. Pavitra says yes, yes, yes. Okay. Is there anyone who can't understand English? Is there anyone who is not able to understand English? नकदत्तन देता, आपने मास्क पहन के वहां से देख रहे हो जैसलमेर, कैसे हो आप? जैसलमेर, बात अनम्यूट करके बात कीजिएगा। बहुत दिन हो गया, बहुत सालों हो गया, सालों बीत गए आपको देखने का। वेरी नाइस। मनोज कुमार वशिष्ठ हिंदी, तो मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ दोनों दोनों मिक्स करने के लिए, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट देयर आर आल्सो पीपल फ्रॉम साउथ, फ्रॉम चेन्नई, फ्रॉम तमिलनाडु एंड ऑल दैट पीपल आर देयर. Venkateshwaran, can you understand Hindi? Is it possible? I mean, do you know Hindi? Venkateshwaran from South Tamil Nadu. Am I audible to Mr. Venkateshwaran? Can you hear me? Mr. Venkateshwaran, you're not seeing me at all. Okay, so except Manoj Kumar, I think rest of the people are okay with English. Correct? मनोज कुमार, इंग्लिश बिल्कुल नहीं मालूम है, कैसे चलेगा? चलेगा ना?
नहीं सर, सर थोड़ा बहुत चल जाएगा, बट एक्चुअली हिंदी में मोर कंफर्टेबल हूँ, बट इंग्लिश भी चल जाएगा, तो समझ में आता है।
समझ में आ जाता है ना? ठीक है, क्योंकि कुछ देखिए, सतीश तरनास ने बताया कि ही कांट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी। सो क्या है कि ये क्राउड जो है ना, जो आए हुए हैं, थोड़ा मिक्स है, थोड़ा साउथ का भी है, नॉर्थ का भी है, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई केप्ट द यूनिवर्सल लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश। ठीक है, अभी कुछ चीजें ऐसा है कि अगर सपोजिंग यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड, आप बेशक आप अनम्यूट करके मुझे पूछ सकते हो, तो थोड़ा हिंदी में बता दीजिए क्या बताया आपने, तो मैं आई विल देन इमीडिएटली ट्रांसलेट एंड देन टेल यू। अदरवाइज आई विल कीप द स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन नाउ इज एज इंग्लिश। ठीक है सर, चलेगा?
ओके सर, ओके,
थैंक यू
जी चलेगा,
थैंक यू सो मच। Okay, now see, I would request now people to get into an interactive mode. You know, I am going to interact with people initially and then come to the subject. You know, after some time, after interacting with 2-3 people and all that, then, you know, I will come up to the main subject of fundraising today. And before I get into that interactive session, let me introduce myself. My name is V. Sridhar. I run a charitable trust called No Hungry Child, and I am in the NGO field for the last 20 years, 20 years plus. Okay. I have traveled all over the country. I have gone to all small villages also, wherever required. I've seen that. And NGO is not the only field that I'm into. I have 5 different verticals. So my primary bread and butter is from real estate. Okay, that is my primary business. Trust is something which, you know, I opened in the year 2009, and since then I have been, you know, maintaining that trust. And the main objective of that trust is providing nutritious meal to underprivileged children. So there are orphanages, there are special schools which are available. And apart from that, even children who are living in slums, they're all being fed. This is the main objective of the trust that I own. NGO fundraising is something which I have been doing since 2000. For the first 9 years, I was only into fundraising. I have helped more than 220 NGOs across the country in the area of fundraising. Okay. In fact, I was instrumental in the beginning to introduce a concept of tele-fundraising. In India, the only person who started this, pioneered this, was me. Thereafter, it became a common feature for all the other people. But in the initial stages, it was me. I'll come to that a little later after interacting with few people. Okay. Now, I want some volunteers to come forward and introduce that person himself and also his NGO activities. So can I invite some volunteer who is interested in interacting with me? So if whoever says I am ready, IAR in the chat box, I will invite that person. IAR, I should get the IAR in the chat box. IAR means I am ready. IAR in the chat box. So Bandhu Jagdale has volunteered. So I will invite him to the spotlight first. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Bandhu Jagdale. So can you please unmute yourself? Yeah, I think you have unmuted, but you are not. Say hello. I'm not able to hear you. No, I'm not able to hear you. Audio doesn't seem to be there. You are able to hear me, right? Yeah, but I'm not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I think some hello came now.
Hello.
Yeah, there is some disturbance. Okay, Mr. Bandhu.
Is it okay?
Try again. Try again.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's okay. Fine. Now it's okay. Yeah. Mr. Bandhu Jagdale, can you please introduce yourself? Where are you from?
Thank you, sir. I am Bandhu Jagdale from Kalyan, Maharashtra.
Okay.
From since 2012, I am working with Rotary Club.
Okay.
Kalyan. From that, I have taken the idea to start my own NGO.
Right.
With learning from that Rotary Club. And now last year in November, I have started Section 8 company named as Apla Manus Foundation.
Okay, Section 8 company in the last year only you have opened.
Yes, 7th November.
Okay, right, 7th November. Okay.
Hello, nice. Hello, myself Austin Kumar Naik.
Mr. Ashwin, I'll come to you. I'll invite you. Right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I will invite you, Mr. Ashwin. Just hold on. Okay, Mr. Bandhu Jagdale, can you tell me what is the activity that you are doing? No, you are not audible.
Activity, but I have done 2 projects in blood checking. That 2-3 project I have done.
Okay.
Only.
Okay, blood checking.
Yes.
Right. What was?
Is here.
Okay, yes. So you don't have any balance sheet or something, right? What are all the legal? No. What are all the legal documents you have?
Yes.
All the legal documents you are having?
Yes. I have registered and also applied for ATG and that on 12A.
Okay. Fine. So, right, I will now invite Mr. Mukesh. Mr. Mukesh, can you come forward and talk to me?
Thank you, Mr. Sridhar.
Yeah.
This is Mukesh from Jodhpur, Rajasthan.
Jodhpur, okay.
Yeah.
Rajasthan. Yeah.
I have been in education for the last 27 years to 30 years now.
Okay.
And during this period, I have worked for various NGOs.
Okay.
like JCs, Rotary, Alliance, and a few other private sector NGOs who were working either for education or some other social activity.
Okay.
Since 2009, actually, I registered an NGO, a society, and we started some activities, and later our school was also started.
Okay.
Now, that school is still functioning, but I wanted to uh, have some work, some activity for the society, which is in fact uh, of city life. It's in remote rural area, and there, in fact, what I find is, or let me say, we have observed that the girl child, they are not having ample or say sufficient opportunity to go for higher education. Since the schools available either in the government or private sector, they are at the most they are middle school actually,
Right.
and then they have to go for higher education.
Mr. Mukesh, no, what I want to know is how is the funding part of it? What kind of funding you have been able to raise, and are you dependent on government projects, or are you dependent on public donations, or are you, what is that you are actually doing? What do you do? How do you do for the fundraising?
Actually, so far, sir, actually we have not taken any aid from government. We
Mhm.
are doing it at ourselves only. We are managing it at our own,
Okay.
from my own salaries or from donations from friends. But the thing is, we want to venture into full-time activities for education sector, and
So
for that, actually, I was thinking, or let me say, I was planning
how to do it and all that? Yeah.
here. I was planning for last 2 years, but since Corona time, actually, it could not be executed properly. However, I have acquired the land to set up the project. But the thing is, when it comes to funding, actually, I find myself to unable to approach or say what is the way, the right way to approach the right people or the right
Yeah,
companies or
not to worry,
wherever.
because no, not to worry, because you have come to the right platform. Today you will get some concepts of fundraising. I will definitely tell you about all that. Then you will get a lot of
Thank
confidence and hope, right? Thank you so much
thank
for volunteering. And now I would like to invite Dr. Sujit Mondol. Dr. Sujit, can you say hello? Dr. Sujit, are you there? You are there very much because you have said IAR. Yeah, you are here. You need to unmute and speak. Okay. So can you speak, doctor? No, I can't hear you because you are still muted. You need to unmute.
Hello.
Yes, now you are audible. So
Yes,
where
sir.
are you from, Dr. Sujit?
Yeah, I'm from Calcutta,
Calcutta. Okay, very nice.
West Bengal.
Okay,
West
what do you
Bengal.
do in Calcutta? What kind of activities you do?
Actually, I am physiotherapist. Last 2 years back, I will register one NGO. Name is Manav Bandhan Foundation.
Mhm.
Basically,
Any activities have you done?
after school program till now I'm running abacus and some after school program.
After school program. Okay. So, okay, thank you so much. I think I've got some idea about you also. Thank you. And I'll now invite Mr. Ashwini Kumar. Ashwini Kumar ji. Ashwini Kumar. Okay, Ashwini Kumar, I think you're not audible to me. I'm not able to hear you. I don't know where you are. I'm not able to figure you out where you are. Right. Okay. With this, I think we will end the session of this, interaction. Now I'll come to the subject. right? Okay, before I touch the subject also, I also want one more information from all of you. Is there any NGO within this group here who has seen a turnover of 1 crore last year? Turnover, balance sheet figure of 1 crore last year. Is there any NGO in this group? Since no chat messages are coming, I am assuming there is nobody who has done a turnover of 1 crore. So,
Yes.
okay, let me now come down to another number. Is there any NGO in this group who has done 50 lakhs last year? 50
Yes.
lakhs. In the chat box, you can mention, I have done it. You can say like that. Okay, I should be a good answer for that. If you don't have, if you have not done it, no problem. Nobody at 50 lakhs. Anybody at 25 lakhs? 25 lakhs. Yeah, Dr. Sujit has done 25 lakhs. Good. Okay. Anybody else other than Dr. Sujit? Okay. How many of you are at 10 lakhs? 10 lakhs, how many? No one. 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs. Mukesh. Only Mukesh, nobody else. Mukesh, Aleka, Sridhar Hegde, 3 people, Pavitra, 4, Taleshwar Mahato, 20 lakhs. Okay. Taleshwar Mahato, 20 lakhs. Fine. So all others are yet to, I think maybe either you are newcomers to the NGO, you are wanting to know what are the opportunities available, and that's why you are here right now today, or you have done something less than 1 lakh also. That is also possibility, which means that is not a good sign. So people who are not able to do even 5 lakhs, they are not in a good wicket at this moment. They should be doing better activities. They should be in a position to manage on their own. They should raise funds. It should be like that. Okay. Now, since I am coming from a corporate background. I till 2000 I was in IT company and IT education particularly, and I had a very high salary package also. But in the year 2000, because of Y2K recession, what happened was there were for about 9 months, I was not able to draw salary at all. The company was not in a position to give salary. But my huge pay packet was so much that I had bought in about nearly 9 properties, one for self-use, 9 other for investments. So I was having a huge EMI commitment. Yet 9 months when it did not come, I had a problem. So that is the time I ventured into 2 activities simultaneously. One activity was related to real estate, where big money is available. You do 1 or 2 deals, you will get big money there. So I took up real estate as one profession. Another profession was NGO, but this NGO activity I had to take because during my working time, I was traveling all over the country. All over the country, I was traveling. I was Delhi almost every 1 week, at least once. I used to travel from Chennai to Delhi. So this was my travel time. That time, one NGO through a common friend approached me, and he said that I have given a proposal to Ministry of Science and Technology, and this proposal is a very good proposal, but they are not responding. They are not doing anything. Since you are going to Delhi quite often, can you please do one follow-up and see whether any possibility of getting this proposal approved? So he made a request to me. I said, okay, because since he came to me with a common friend, through a common friend, and I could not say no to him, I said, okay. And then I took the proposal copy, what he has given and all that. So that is the time actually I understood what is NGO, what kind of activities they do, how do they get funds, and what needs to be done for that. So then when I went and met the Secretary of Ministry of Science and Technology, I could easily meet him because I went with the backing of Kanchi Sankaracharya in Kanchipuram. At that time, in the year 2000 and all, he was very famous. Okay, and most of the departmental heads, secretaries and all that in Delhi, they were all, South Indians. They were either Subramanian or Narayanan or, Shanmugam or Venkateshwaran, like this only names were there. Most of the secretaries were all South Indians. And they were all devotees of Kanchi Sankaracharya also. So it helped very much. I also went with that backing. And the person who was sitting in front of me was Subramanian. He said, please welcome. And then like a corporate man, I asked him one question. See, one of my good NGO has given you a proposal. Looks like that your people are sleeping on that file. So this is the statement that I made because that's a corporate language. When nobody performs anything, nobody works on certain things, you fire them like that, you use certain phrases like that. Okay, the same language I used with him also. He laughed at me for some time and then he said, don't worry, I'll take care of this. And he immediately called his deputy and brought the file in front of me. So, and then he went through that file in front of me, and the total proposal request, grant request was 35 lakhs. 35 lakhs was the amount required. And the project was something to do with, if the women of the village were actually doing embroidery work. And embroidery work they were doing by using their manual, that hand, and their fingers used to get pricked, And the science and technology, they requested for sewing machines to be given. If sewing machines are given, then they can use the sewing machines and this pricking of hand damage and all those things can be prevented. So that was one request. Another request was for the carpenters who were using nail and hammer. When you go and nail the nail on the wall with a hammer, chances are that the hammer might hit the finger and damage your fingers. So for that, what was required was drilling machine. Drilling machine training was required and drilling machine is required. So the NGO's role was to train them on this and provide them these equipments, provide these women in the village sewing machines and provide drilling machines to the carpenters. This was the project all about. And this was approved and not in front of me. He said, don't worry, you carry on, you go back. And after about 1 week or 10 days, I think your people will get a sanction letter. So I forgot about that. But then about 15-20 days later, the NGO man who actually approached me for that follow-up, he called me and he was very, very happy. And he said, thank you so much. I just received my letter now, sanction letter from Science and Technology. Thank you so much. And he was very, very, praising me a lot and all that. I said, it's okay, fine. I've just done a small follow-up work, nothing else. Then 6 months down the line, 6 months later, he invited me to that village. He said, why don't you come to the village and let's go and see what's happening there. I was not too keen to go, but he said, no, you better come. I said, no, why? He said that since you helped me in getting the funds, I want you to know how the funds are being utilized. Okay, so you better come. Then with a lot of hesitancy, I went. I went there to that village along with him. In the village, what happened was there were nearly about 1,000 people standing in a queue, one behind the other. One person behind the other, one person behind the other. So initially when we went there, I thought when we got down from the car, I thought that probably some free ration is being given or something like that. That's why people are standing in the queue. Then those people who received us, they took us to one community hall, and they put us garland. There was a 2 Maharaja chairs which were there, and they put shawl and all that. It was hot sun, and they had organized one long, standing fan, the fan, pedestal fan. They had organized all that. Okay, and we were seated. We were welcomed very well, and then after some time, after the pleasantries were exchanged, he said like this. In Tamil they said Aramainga. Aramainga means you start the work. Okay, that is how they said. So one small child, about 5 years old kid or something, she came, fell at our feet, touched our feet and moved forward. So I said, okay, young child coming and doing this, very nice. Then I said, fine, blessed, and then sent her. Another child came, we blessed and sent her. Then after some time, what happened? One elderly gentleman who is elder to us, age-wise, okay, he was also coming, and he was also trying to do the same thing. Touch the feet, right? And then move forward. So we said we stopped there. Then we understood, right? What is he trying to do? We understood that. So we said, we stopped all that. We said, no, nothing doing. Don't do all these things. So you carry on. And then we stopped that activity and we told all of them to disperse. And then we did other routine work of, how people are seeing economic independence better and all that. Why did they do that? They did this because they felt that their economic independence has improved. Because earlier they were earning around 1,500 rupees per month. Because of this project, their income started increasing from 1,500 to 2,500 rupees per month. So 1,000 rupees they got higher income, and 1,000 rupees higher income, they felt it's a big money that they have received. Okay, and for that they felt that we are the reason. I am the reason for that. So for that reason only they wanted to give that kind of respect. So that particular incident touched my heart. I said that, my God, I have not done anything great. I just did one follow-up, and that money went to the NGO. NGO did all the work. All that I did was only a little bit of follow-up, but they are treating me like God. They treated me like God. So I was very, very touched with that. Then I realized in the corporate world, right, 9 months, no salary was given. And finally, I felt that it's better that I quit the company. So I went and submitted my resignation. The chairman said that we are sorry to see that you are leaving. I'm so sorry that I'm not able to pay you salary. Okay, then bye-bye. And he sent me off. Okay, without even trying to convince me to stay back or something. That company, before that, from 1 crore turnover, I took the company to 45 crore turnover within a span of 18 months. I have done so much for that company, and the chairman had no mercy at all. He said, fine, if you want to go, you go. Right. So that day I realized, you see, in corporate world, it's all business. But in the NGO world, the people are treating in a different manner. So that is the reason for me to concentrate on that. So what happened was that activity, that one little help that I gave to this NGO, he in turn understood my predicament when I was not getting salary for 9 months. So what he did, he brought in 5 more NGOs. Okay, and he said, so these NGOs are all actually looking for fund support. So can you help them? They're all willing to pay you some retainer fee if you want. And we may not be able to pay the kind of salary that you are getting here, but at least, something we can do. So are you interested? Are you ready to do it? That is how I got into NGO field. So in the initial stages for 1 or 4 years, I was doing more of project proposals, writing, submitting it to various governments. I have visited all the government ministries in Delhi, even state government in Chennai. I visited and got many projects approved. Many projects did not get approved. All that happened. But the first 4 years of my time I spent on proposal submission and getting funds. Then what happened? 2004 tsunami came. tsunami problem came, and then in 2 days' time, 500 crores fund was raised by the Tamil Nadu government. Chief Minister's Relief Fund. 500 crores came, and who are the people who paid? All the salaried people, all the public, they only started paying this donation. They gave this donation, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees, and all that they gave. Then I realized the power lies in the public. The public is giving so much of funds, and why are we going behind the government where the bureaucracy is very heavy there? So I realized that the strength lies in the public. So we need to come out with some thought, because since I'm a corporate man, my mind started working. And I came out with an innovative idea. The innovative idea was tele-fundraising. So I started with a tele-fundraising activity, tele-fundraising activity. And when I introduced the tele-fundraising activity, in large numbers, telephone calls must go. So I approached call centers. So the call centers were, at that time, they were doing, personal loans. They were doing credit card selling. They were selling insurance sellings. They were doing all that. I could see in one call center, 300 people, 300 telecallers sitting and making calls. So I thought this will work out very well. But nobody accepted my proposal. None of the people were ready to take up this telemarketing as an activity. Why? Because they all felt at that time that even while going to a person and sitting in front of him, spend 1 hour and explain about your project, your every activity of NGO, even then a donor thinks 10 times and tells you, okay, I'll think about it and get back to you. And they never get back. So after discussing for 1 hour also, you don't get donations. So where on earth, while making a telephone call, within 3 minutes, anybody will give you money? So nobody accepted the proposal at all. But I did not lose my heart. So I was very confident that this will work out very well. So what I did, I had one trust which had differently abled children who had grown up. Okay, they had passed out 12th standard and all that. They were in the verge of getting into colleges. So those students, I collected some of them and gave them the telephone directory. I gave them. I said, from A to Z, start calling people. From Abdullah to Zakaria, don't leave anybody, call everybody. And mind you, when calls go to people, it goes to people at a house, landline. Okay. In the landline, most of the time, men will not be picking up the calls. Either the old lady, Dadi, she will pick up the call, or a housemaid will pick up the call, or a housewife used to pick up a call, right? Who are not actually major decision makers. In spite of that, the response was very good, because first time any charitable trust calling somebody and asking for fund was something which was very unique, and nobody had received such calls. Everybody were receiving calls for either credit card or personal loan or for insurance or for selling cars, but nobody received a call for donation. So this was the first time that they are all received, and the response was fantastic. Then once the response came in, with that response, I went back to call centers. And at that time, call centers accepted. They said that, okay, we will definitely do it. And that is how HMS Global, earlier it was HTMT, today it is called HMS Global. They were the first telemarketing BPO. They took up this task of doing it. Now everybody is doing it. But those days, it was the first company which took up this process. And what happened? For one trust, I did that. What happened? In one single month, 25 lakhs was collected. In one single month. Okay. This kind of money collection was not at all possible from either from the government or from any other source of income for years together. Even if you work for years together. That's why I asked you, how many of you have already touched 1 crore figure or 50 lakhs figure or 25 lakhs figure? Okay. None of you have been able to tell me that you have achieved it. But this was possible in the year 2000, 7, 8. Okay, that time itself this was done. And that fundraising part of it through telefundraising activity succeeded. It clicked very well. Then everybody started taking it. So the next organization for whom I supported was Akshay Patra Foundation. I set up a call center for them, and now even today they are doing that. Akshay Patra Foundation, even today they are doing it. More than 5 to 10 crores of money are being collected only through telemarketing activity every single month from the public. Even today, even during this pandemic difficult situation, collection of such nature is still happening. 5 to 10 crores of money every single month. Okay, so that is the power of telefundraising. Fine. Now, because every single person is now getting calls from different charitable institutions asking for funds. Now it has become like loan asking, loan giving, and insurance givings and all that. People are fed up. Now public is fed up of receiving these calls, and they are saying, no, I'm not interested. I've already donated. I've done this. I've done that. So like that, people are replying. So now I am an innovator. When this situation came in, I decided that we should do something different now. Now something different means now telemarketing will not work out. It is going to be making about, earlier we used to make about 100 calls. And out of 100 calls, at least about 15 to 20 people were giving at least minimum of 2,000 rupees. Okay. 100 calls, you make 15 to 20. That was in the beginning stage. Now you make 500 calls, you will get probably one person giving some 2,000, 5,000 rupees. 500 calls after 500 calls. That's the ratio now. Things have changed now. Okay. So I thought this is not going to work for a long time. So what do we do? Then I found that digital India, now India has become digital India. So digital space is the right place where we can see some funds coming through. So social media was becoming very active. Facebook, LinkedIn, then YouTube channels, all this became very, very active now. So I thought we should utilize these platforms and then start raising funds. Okay. And it worked out very well. So I started doing this myself for my own NGO. I started seeing money, good money coming in. And then I realized that this can be given to many other people. Okay. Why am I trying to do this for other NGOs? Reason number one is I've already got some experience in the fundraising area. Reason number one. Reason number two is that I want to make 10,000 NGOs become self-sustainable, meaning they don't have to depend on government projects. They don't have to depend on government funding. They can be on their own, right? That is the mission that I have. And for that, what do I do? How do I make them perform better, right? How to make them perform better is through a workshop. So I conducted 3 days workshop. I used to conduct 3 days workshop and invite all the NGOs to come. Okay, when I did this first workshop in the month of August 2020, okay, August 2020, the first workshop was conducted, and one person by name Arup Sengupta from Kolkata, okay, he runs an NGO called Notun Jibon. The NGO name is Notun Jivan. English translation of that is New Life. Okay, this is the name of the NGO. This person was almost in the verge of shutting down his NGO because he used to break his FDs. He used to, sell one of his lands. He has sold one of his lands to manage his NGO. And his 4 years balance sheet, 3 years balance sheet. 3 years balance sheet figure was 9 lakhs. Okay, first year was about 2 lakhs or something. Second year was about 3 lakhs or something. Third year about 4 lakhs. 2, 3, and 4, which means 9 lakhs he has been able to raise in the first 3 years' time. Now he decided that I'm going to close down my NGO. I can't manage this NGO any further. But at that time, he saw my Facebook ad about this workshop. So then he said that, okay, this man seems to be okay. So let me go and try out once. So he came with a lot of doubts in his mind. Okay, he had a lot of doubts in his mind saying that whether this will happen or not. Okay, anyway, let me go attend this workshop and see. And in a span of 10 minutes of my discussion with him, he understood that it is possible. And what happened the first day when he understood what needs to be done, the same night he spent time till 12 in the midnight. Okay, whatever workload that I had given him, he did that work for up to 12 o'clock in the midnight. And on the third day when he came, he was very happy. Third day, okay, of the workshop. That was the last day I'm conducting. I'm concluding the workshop on that day, the third day. So this man said that, Sridhar, I've got a good news. I said, what is that news? He said, 68,000 rupees has come to my bank account, but I don't know who has donated this money. 68,000 rupees on the third day got his donation, and he didn't even know who donated this money because the social media activity he did, I asked him to do that. He did that and he got this money. Then I told him that, okay, do one thing, go back to the same group wherever you have posted this, and then tell them that I received 68,000 rupees as donation from someone anonymous. I don't know. Can you please let me know in whose name the receipt has to be given? So that this will give an impression that you are very honest and you are immediately going and telling them also this part. Okay. So they will all appreciate and your fund donation will start coming. So this is what my message was to him. My guideline was to him. Then he went and said the same thing. After some time, people contacted him and then the receipt was issued and all that was done. Okay. Now, from August to the month of April, which means 10 months have taken place. August, September, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 9 months, actually 9 months. August to April is about 9 months. I'm now asking you a question, right? He has attended my workshop. Now he has seen some bigger funds, okay, from what he saw for the last 3 years. How much do you think he would have seen in the last 9 months of time? Make a guess. Whatever number that you say, I will take it. Okay, I want you to guess and put it in the chat box. What is your guess? How much do you think he would have raised in 10 months' time? Make a guess and tell me. In 10 months' time, how much he would have raised? $25 lakhs. Bandhu Jagdale said above 30 lakhs.
1 crore.
Kumarjit says 30 lakhs. Dr. Prasad says 50 lakhs. So much of potential is there, you are saying, right? You all feel that so much of potential is there in the digital world. Yes? Aleka Sahu is saying 2 crores. There is somebody who said 1 crore. Okay.
It's me.
Kumarjit said, yes, of course. Right. Now, if you all know that so much of wealth is available in the social media, then why is that you did not do it? All of you did not do this activity. 10 months, more than 10 crore. Sibaram Nayak, this is too much. This is too much, Mr. Sibaram. 10 months only. In 10 months, do you think he would have raised 10 crores? If 10 crores is possible, then I'm sure I can guarantee all of you can earn at least 1 crore. It's possible. Right, 10 crores is too much. That is too much of a wild guess. Okay. So all of you know about this. Then why is that you were not able to do it? Even if you know, you will still not be able to do it because there is a special technique which has to be used. There are certain techniques which have to be used. Okay. Now, I will tell you, I will unfold the figure through his own words. Okay, I'm going to now play one video for 3 minutes. You listen to what Arup Sengupta is telling, right? Listen to him, what he says. I'm going to pull out that video. Give me a minute. It is loading now. No, not this. Sorry about that.
Mental peace, basically it is a spiritual organization.
Spiritual organization. Okay. Who are the beneficiaries? No, sorry.
Beneficiaries are all the public who are is following our guru.
Namaskar to the winning team, Vijayji, Sridharji, my guru, and specifically Vijayji for those wonderful words. I can only say thank you. For me, Notun Jibon means new life. And yes, Mr. V. Sridhar joined Guruji, has given me that when I met him first in August, just like all of you have done. And yes, he has given me a turnover of 1 crore. That's just a start, because any project that I touch today is valued at over 1 crore. To give you an example, Sundarban has 142 rivers and 108 islands, out of which 58 are inhabited. And we don't have hospitals. We have tiger attacks, crocodile attacks, snake attacks. Our children are dying just because there is sickness. And we've decided that let us make river ambulances. Now, each of these river ambulances that I need to make, the trawler itself costs 13 lakhs. And to put the equipment in, another 10, 15 lakhs. So 30 lakhs per trawler, 58 islands means 5 trawlers divided into 10 islands each would mean 1.5 crores. Just imagine what Sridhar has done for me. He has now made me think in crores and not in 1,000, 2,000. 4 years ago, when I started the project, if we got 5,000 rupees from a donor, we would immediately make a packet, a sweet packet or a food packet of 20 rupees and distribute it on the road, 5,000. And in 4 years, that 5,000 has multiplied itself to 1 crore or 1.5 crores. And this is to all the people in the winning team, risk-taking, making those decisions and listening to what the guru says is the most important. I do not reinvent the wheel. The wheel has been made by Sridhar. He has given me 11 slides. Out of these slides, he has asked me to focus on 6, 7 things. And that's exactly what I do. I don't reinvent. But Vijayji, what I have done, and this is to all the team members, social media is here to stay. It's a 24/7 by 365 attention that one needs to give. If there is a mail, if there is something out there, within the next 5 minutes, it must be tapped and the deal closed. So God bless each one of you. Sridhar sir, love you. And Vijayji, once again, thank you ever so much for those love.
Okay. So you heard him saying that in about 10 months' time, okay, 1 crore has been raised. This is hard cash money. But when you look at the total project that he has been able to now go through, it's now coming to around 5 crores. 5 crores funds are required for him to complete his project, which will take another 2 to 3 years time for him to complete the school building, the hospital that he has thought of doing it, all that. He has got lands now, people have started giving him that land and funds have started coming in, work is in progress. All that put together, it's going to be nearly about 5 crores. But where is this money going to come? When the man was doing only about 9 lakhs, okay, earlier, how is that he is able to now take up this kind of a bigger project, and from where the money is going to come? No government has assured him. Nothing has come to him from government. It's all only the social media activity. How does he know that this money will come? From only social media. It's not possible, right? So I have devised certain mechanism for him whereby CSR funding also will come. So CSR funding, how does it come? So all of you must have experienced that that there is good money available in CSR funding, but I do not know how many of you have really been successful in getting CSR funding. Is there anyone who has got CSR funding in this group? NGO, CSR funding, anybody has got? There's no one, I assume. Right? There's no one, I assume. Nobody says this thing. Okay. So I am assuming that there's no one who has been able to get. But do you all know about CSR funding?
Yes.
Yeah, do you all know about? There is money available, but you have not made an attempt, or if you have made an attempt, you have not got it. Right? Is there anyone who made an attempt and did not get it? I made an attempt, you can say I, you can say. If you say I, that means I understand that you made an attempt, at least. Yeah, Mukesh has made an attempt. Mukesh, when you made an attempt, I am sure you must have approached a CSR head of the company. Am I correct? CSR head of the company. You would have submitted a proposal to him, and they will say, okay, they would have said that, okay, we'll look into it and come back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
May I know which company is that?
It was KN India.
KN India. KCANE.
KN Energy India, which is actually in petroleum in the Badmer district of Jodhpur.
Okay.
Badmer district of Rajasthan.
Badmer district of Rajasthan. Okay. Now, see, the general approach of NGOs is that they will approach the CSR head, they will submit the proposal there and wait for them to approve or disapprove. And 90% of the time, it will not be approved by them, because they have the habit of giving it to the same NGOs which they have given last year, or some 5-6 NGOs. They would have selected some 5-6 NGOs, and to those 5-6 NGOs only they will keep on giving to them. They don't want to try out with new NGOs and all that, right? That is why most of the NGOs don't get CSR funding at all. But imagine, supposing, Mukesh ji, supposing if the direction had come from the top person, that is CEO of the company, right, to the CSR head, saying that Mukesh has submitted this proposal, have a look at it, study this, and I want you to give attention to this particular NGO. If he says like that,
Sure.
Do you think you would have got the funds?
Probably yes.
Probably yes. So why is that we have not been able to meet the top man?
It was because I had no approach that way.
Absolutely. This is a universal problem. All the NGOs, nobody can actually approach the top man. Okay, nobody can approach the top man because his number will not be available, his email ID will not be available. If you write to him, you don't know whether it goes to him or not, right? Whether he reads it or not, you don't know anything about it. So there is no way that you can approach the top man, and that is why you can't get that kind of an influence coming down the line. Even if
this
500
is the most common problem.
Yeah, it's a common problem. So even if 500 applications are there, right? In that 500 applications, your application also is there. Even then, the CSR would have searched all the 500 applications, pulled out your paper, and still you would have taken action, because it is a direction coming from the top boss. Okay. Now you need to know a technique to do this. Now, is there anyone who is there in front of me right now using laptop? Using laptop? Anybody?
Laptop is there, but at the moment I'm not.
No, is there anyone who has logged in using laptop? Because I want to show one demo of one super technique that I'm going to show you. Is there anyone who is using laptop and logged in here? Sridhar Hegde says yes. Am I correct? Or Dr. Sujit Makarand Gunjal? Yeah, desktop. You're logged in from desktop, Makarand? Yeah, great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Makarand, I will now invite you here. I want you to share the screen of yours. Okay, I'm going to tell you certain things.
Hello.
Is it possible?
So, sir, I'm attending your lecture from the mobile, and I have desktop in my front.
Okay,
I will have to log in.
No,
I'll have to log into the desktop and then share the screen.
No, it will take time. So in that case, I will myself share if nobody has got. I just want to understand from any one of you. Any one of you have logged in using laptop or desktop? You can tell me. You can say that yes, I will invite him so that I'm going to give you one small task, 5 minutes task. Anyone? So since nobody is there, everybody is on mobile. I will show you. Okay, I will share my screen itself. There is a technique to find out the top man's name. Now, are you all able to see my screen? Right? Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to type out here. Just remember this. I'm going to go google.com and type out here snov.io. Okay, snov.io. Okay, I hope all of you must have noted down this. Okay, and now I'm opening that particular website. And I'm going to log in because I've already signed up. Otherwise, you need to sign up first. So you need to sign up first. Okay, now there is something called on top, find emails. Okay, and there is something called single email search. So I click that. Okay, I'm click that. Okay, somebody is using my screen share. Please stop that. Okay, whoever has done that, please remove that if you can. Right now, see, I'm going to now type the name of Mukesh Ambani's email ID. I want to find out because it is very difficult to find out Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani is a very top man, right? It's very difficult to get his number, name, and all that. His email ID and all is very difficult to get. Okay, but now I'm going to show you how we can get his email ID. Mukesh Ambani, and then come to his name, Reliance Industries. Okay, and then there is something called find email. Now it is searching. Okay, he is the Chief Executive Officer of Reliance Industries. It is searching. Still searching. Still searching because it's not easy. It's not that easy. Still searching, and finally it will come. Finally, the email ID of Mukesh Ambani will come. So when it comes, I'll show you. It's taking time because of internet connectivity issue and all that, but it will come in any case. So this is the tool where you get it. Now let it come. In the meantime, I'll tell you the subject. I'll come back to this screen and show you that it has come. In the meantime, I'll tell you the email ID of this Mukesh Ambani is now available. Now, generally what NGOs will do by and large, when this kind of email ID top man has come, you will write all the project details. You will say that I need so much of funds, etc., right? And then send it to him because you have already got it. Now, if you do like that, you will not get any money at all. You will not get any funds from anyone. No CEO will entertain such a message, such a mail from an NGO, and it will just go to junk mails. That's all. It will not be received and it won't be replied. But on the contrary, if you advise, like when I told Arup Sengupta to do this activity, what he did was, it was the Diwali time, and he picked up all the 100 CEOs company names, 100 CEOs name he picked up, and he picked up all the email IDs from these people and started sending mails to each one of them in the following manner. Number one was, he said that greetings to have, Diwali greetings. First thing was he said Diwali greetings. Next thing was he said that during this pandemic period, you have done a phenomenal work in retaining your manpower, and you have done a great social activity earlier. He did a research about that person. He found some good work has been done by him, and that good work, he appreciated him and sent him a mail. And at the bottom, Arup Sengupta at the bottom, he put his Facebook link. He put his only Facebook link. 100 mails he completed one single night. He completed sending it to 100 people. It was on a Saturday. Sunday, believe me, Sunday, he got 4 calls from different companies. One was British Council. Okay. The other one was ICICI Bank. Okay. The third one was East India Company in, what is that? In Kolkata. Okay. One more company. So 4 companies, people, their CSR person called him up. Okay. And all that he did was only sending a mail without even giving any details of fund requirement. But all that he did was he appreciated that person, and he sent this mail, and 4 different people calling him in the next day itself on Sunday. And during that week, they had scheduled visit to Sundarban. Sundarban is the name of the place where he is doing his project. And there they had to go and see what kind of activities he is doing, and he will then give a proposal. After that, the fund sanction will come. Now he was deployed that week. All these people came. One person approved a school building. One person came and took the project proposal of school, and then the school building funding, construction part of it, they have taken the responsibility of funding them. Okay. Another person too was interested in his hospital project. Another person was interested in that, and third person was sewing machine supplies and all that they were interested in giving, because the project that he was doing there was, they were all widows, and the widows were given training on sewing machines. So they were asked to do masks and mosquito nets. So for that purpose, sewing machines was required. So one company took up the responsibility of providing some 350 sewing machines. Like that, he got it. That is the miracle of this. That is the magic that created, and that is how the funding starts coming. So does it sound interesting? Whatever I shared with you so far, is it sounding interesting? Can you all mention in the chat box? Now let me show that the Mukesh Ambani's mail ID has come or not. Let me see. It is still searching. Okay, now I'll show here. See, can you see here Mukesh Ambani, Reliance Industries Chief Executive Officer, a_Mukesh@rel.com. Okay, this is how come, and so many, Sudha Murthy, right? Naveen Vade, Kenichi Ayukawa, Gautam Bali, Subodh Bhave, Amir Khan, right? Amit Shah. Amit Shah is our politician. Okay, Narendra Modi's right hand. Vasantha Narasimhan, Avjit Banerjee. So many email IDs we were able to take it, and that's the beauty of this technique. Like this, I have got many such tools. Many such tools I have learned, and I am now teaching NGOs to find out this and start giving them the scripts as to what kind of script should go to people for you to get funding. And there is crowdfunding, which I support, right? How to get crowdfunding. Everybody will be thinking that crowdfunding, there is somebody who wrote to me saying that crowdfunding will come only from known people. Okay, there is also another way of raising crowdfunding, and that technique I know. So that I used to teach, and that's how funding started coming. Arup Sengupta's case I've taken because his case is 1 crore. And there are many other like this. Nearly about 40 NGOs are there with me right now. Okay, and these 40 NGOs who are there right now, out of that 50% of them are actively doing some activity or there. There was one person, gentleman by name Tulsi Ram. He got retired from bank, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, and he did not know what to do. One day he saw my interview with somebody, and then he called me and said that, you know, I want to do some NGO activity, but I don't have any trust or I don't have anything. So can I do any NGO activity? I said, okay, come and join my program, learn from me, take up my mentorship program, and then do it. So he took up my mentorship program and he came. Then what happened? The first month he took time in understanding, you know, how to prepare a trust deed. So I gave him the draft and all those things. He made a trust deed. The trust deed got registered. Then bank account was not open. Then he applied for PAN card. Then PAN card came. After that, he applied for bank account. Bank account opened. Once the bank account and PAN card and without ATG and 12A, I said, you do this activity and start providing, you know, help for COVID people, people who are suffering from COVID, or people who are homeless. You start helping them. And then I gave him the program also, and he started doing it. He kept a target of 50,000 rupees to be raised on one single month. And he said, this month, if I get 50,000 rupees, I will do this activity. Okay. And he ended up collecting 1.25 lakhs in 30 days time. He is a part of my NGO group. He's there right now in the WhatsApp group. Okay, 1.25 lakhs he was able to get. As of today, he has completed 3 months. And in this 3 months time, he has raised about 2.5 lakhs. 2.5 lakhs he has raised, no ATG, no 12A. Okay, but he has got bank account, he has got a trust. Okay, without any NGO background, he has been able to do that. So this is the support that I gave them. Sounds interesting? I'm not seeing too many people saying yes.
Yes, it
Sounds interesting.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now I'm going to show you something much more interesting, right? Now let me show something interesting. 1 second. Somebody has unmuted. Can you please, mute it, please? Mute yourself. All of you, please mute your audio. There is a sound coming. Yeah. I don't know, something wrong. Just a minute. Got it. Yeah. No, not this. Okay. So now, is the screen visible? Screen is visible? Okay. Can you see this on top, what it is? On right side top, where I'm taking the cursor here. Here. Can you see here? On the right hand side top corner. Can someone read out?
Angry child.
Who is reading it?
No angry child.
Okay. Now, can you see this number? How much is this number?
4 crores 44 lakhs 93,986.35 paisa.
Right. And how many transactions here?
244.
No, here. Right side, are you not able to see?
10,842.
Correct. Now the total figure is
4 crores 44 lakhs 93,986.55 paisa.
right. Now let us see today. Today is what date? Today is 27th.
27th.
Yeah. So you can see here money coming in. Okay. How much? This is today. Okay. Now this is yesterday. This is yesterday. Okay. And this is this week. That is Monday to Thursday. Monday to Thursday is so much. Okay. And this month, is May 1st to May 20th, 27th. How much, sir?
10,48,416.
Okay. And last month, is April. How much, sir?
9,93,374.
Okay. Last 6 months. How much, sir?
6,21,260.
How much, sir? Again, please repeat.
63,21,265.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this is the flow of income. So now you tell me, during this difficult situation, right, when jobs are lost by people, when business has been shut down and all that, these are our donations, right? How is it possible? There are out in the world who are there to give you, provided they know your good work and you are able to showcase very well, right? Now I'm going to come to the main subject, right? How I can help you people. Now you understood the capacity of my capacity of how I can help NGOs in raising funds. Are you all convinced with that? Are you all convinced with that? Is there anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, is there anyone who is not convinced?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the group, is there anyone who is not convinced? Is there anyone? If there is anyone, you can tell me. I am the person. I'm not convinced. You can say that. I'm not convinced. You can say. I give the floor to. We can have a discussion also. Is there anyone in the group who is not convinced that I can help you people?
There are much more ideas, I think so.
Right. So the facts are.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
May I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, actually, yes, sir. This is Dr. Amtrishubhan Chakraborty from West Bengal.
Okay.
Sir, our human rights organization is a registered public charitable trust. Okay, and we are working since 2009. All right. So we are actually a legal group. Okay, who litigate before the Human Rights Commission to ensure justice. So we have never tried to apply for 80G and this 12A. And till date we have not that such certificate because we have never thought of raising fund. But now we have planned that we want to establish our educational and research institute in the field of human rights, and we want to raise fund. So without 12A and 80G, how can we raise fund, or how can you help us to raise fund in this regard?
Okay. See,
because people one thing people ask for that is tax rebate certificate, and another thing is that if we don't have 12A, then our entire donation will become taxable one, isn't
very
it?
true. Very true, which is correct. See, but there is
So
nothing.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
now
So
I will tell
with
you.
that,
Now I'll tell you. Now, see, I gave you the case of Tulsi Ram, who was able to raise 2.5 lakhs so far, right? It doesn't mean that he's not going to apply for ATG or he's not going to get 12A or something like that. He is going to apply for that. He's going to get it. And once he gets that, he has got 12 months time for him to submit his, file his returns, right? So during that time, he will definitely get a chartered accountant, help him in getting this ATG and 12A. And then at the end of the year, when he is filing the returns, everything will be declared. And 12A, since he has got obtained the 12A certification, he will be given exemption. That is the job of the CA, to get him the exemption. Okay. So I don't say that you should work without ATG and 12A. You should definitely get ATG and 12A. If you have not applied for it earlier, I will guide you how you can help, how you can submit, so that you can get it in future. If not today, maybe 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, you will get it. You should get it. You should apply for that tomorrow itself, like that. So I will give you that guidance. Number one. Number two.
Okay, thank you.
Number two. Next point is, human rights is something, which I have one NGO already by name Michael, Teresa Michael, who is there in Pune. She is also into human rights. She's already a part of my NGO group right now. Okay, the issue is that many donors do not support human rights activities. Donors are giving funds for what purpose? Something which is passionate, which is very concerned. Like, for example, if you are helping an old age home, right? If you're running an old age home, funds will come. If you are, giving education to children, funds will come. If you are giving food to children, funds will come. For COVID patients, if you're trying to help something, funds will come. For, homeless people, if you're doing something, funds will come. But
But nobody helped Kashmir.
Yeah, no, Kashmir has got a different story altogether. Okay, let's not get. See, leave Kashmir for the time being. For a discussion's sake, less than that, below that, any problem anywhere in the country, there are people to help. Okay, Kashmir is a disputed place, so they don't know whether it is going for that purpose or for the terrorism. So that is why people don't want to give funds in Kashmir, because they are not sure where the money will go. Okay. That is why. So let's not discuss too much on Kashmir issue, because Kashmir is a debatable, disputed territory. Okay.
Sir, but we are running organization, so how you want to take forward our organization? So before 370 article, people said you have 370 article, we don't want to support. But in 2019, government of India revoked 370 article. But we need help now, no?
Correct. It
but
takes
we have
time.
registered society.
Immediately you will not be able to get. It takes some little time. Okay. Now, coming back to the subject, that where, for what purpose the funds will come, human rights is something which is not actually encouraged by donors. So because they don't understand the meaning of that. They don't understand what you are trying to do actually, what kind of rights you are going to give them and all that. So they will not be able to understand, they will not give you funds. So period. Now, how to do that activity is a matter of detail that I need to sit with you and understand, and then work out a plan for that. There are ways, like for example, this Pune lady who came to me with a human rights NGO activity only. But now when she wanted funds, right, what I advise her to do is first concentrate on providing food to children, right? Then I made her provide food to children, and she started getting money. She got about 1.5 lakhs in 90 days time. Okay, but it took time for her to understand how to change my concept, this thing, and then get into this. I said, you first start getting donors attracted to your NGO. Then you slowly bring the human rights activities a little later. But now suddenly, if you go and tell them that I want money for this activity for human rights, nobody will give you. So get something initially, make the donors stick with you for some time. And then after that, you initiate this human rights activity, which you are already doing, then ask for donation, you will get donation. Now she followed my guideline and she did that, she's happy. Okay. Now let me tell you that how I can help many others who are there in the group right now. How do I conduct a mentorship program. This mentorship program is for a period of 12 months time. This 12 months, what do I do? Every Thursday, that is today, every Thursday, I conduct weekly program for people who are already in my mentorship program. Tonight, people will come for the program. It is at between 9 to 10. So what do I do in this mentorship program? In this mentorship program, I sit with an individual NGO where all others will be for observing what is happening between me and that person. And I will understand his NGO activities and start giving him guidelines as to what he should do next. For the next 1 week's time, I will give him a task, right? I will help him how he can promote his activities, how he can showcase his activities, where all he should go and promote, which all websites he should go, right? How does he write a mail to a CEO? What kind of script it should be, how it should be, all that I give this kind of guideline to them. And this helps them in raising funds. When they do go and implement this activity in their work, then they start getting funds coming in. Funds are coming not once in a while, right? Funds are coming every day. You will find that people are getting money every day. So you should run your organization in such a manner that you know that last month, I got this much money, this month I'm going to get this much money. Now, if you ask me, in the month of June 2022 is next year, in the month of June 2022, how much of funds I will be able to get on that particular month from my existing donors? I have a projection. I can tell you very clearly, this is the exact amount I will get. Plus minus 10,000, 20,000 here and there, it may happen. Otherwise, I'm very clear about what kind of money can come. That is how I have established my NGO, and I have planned like that because I'm from a corporate background. I know how to run this organization like a corporate, like beautiful projections, beautiful planning, beautiful execution, and then the results are there. Results will automatically come. So it is the same thing that I am going to teach you all. I'm going to guide you all. I don't work like a consultant. Consultant, normally what he does, he takes a commission, right? He takes a commission on the funds raised. I don't take any commissions and all that. You have the right to raise any amount of money. It's okay, right? But I collect my Guru Dakshina fees that I collect. So that is what I will be collecting from you and ensuring that you will be able to, if you follow my guidelines, you will definitely succeed. There is no way that you can fail. You can fail only if you don't implement. If you don't implement my plan, then you are going to fail. Otherwise, there is no way that you can fail. Okay, this is all foolproof. I have already shown you proof that how things are happening. So now coming to the subject, what do I do? How much I charge? Don't get scared. It's all very affordable, and you are going to pay, because you will raise that kind of funds. First initial payment is about 10,000 rupees. I collect, and you become my part of the group. Immediately you will be added into my NGO group, where already 40 people are already there. With this 40 people, you can call any one of them and ask them, so how is Sridhar's teaching? What is your experience? He can tell you. Nobody will say anything negative. Everybody are happy with that, with me. Okay. All the guidelines have been given to them so nicely that 50% of the people have seen very good results. Okay. Then what do I do after that? I'll give you the initial target of raising 1 lakh. Okay. This 1 lakh, normally it happens within 30 days, but I'll give you 3 months time. Okay. 3 months time, within 90 days, if you are not able to raise this 1 lakh, that means there is something, definitely a problem in your execution and in your activities or in your program. Then we part. After that, you don't have to pay me anything. You can just quit. Okay. But if you are able to succeed in that, I collect a monthly fee of about 7,500 rupees from each one of them. So which means 7,500 into 12 is approximate, plus this 10,000 rupees put together, total value will be around 1 lakh. Out of 1 lakh, what is the minimum that you can think of raising is about 10 lakhs, and it can go up to 1 crore. Okay, 10 lakhs to 1 crore is what you can get. And for the next 3 months time, you don't have to pay this 7,500 rupees until you raise 1 lakh. Supposing you raise 1 lakh, let's say in the next 30 days time, I teach you and you are able to raise this 1 lakh. Is there a problem for you to pay me 7,500 rupees? Is there a problem? No problem, right? There's no problem in paying 7,500 rupees because you already raised 1 lakh, right? So if you don't raise, you don't have to pay me. right? You don't have to pay me, but I'll wait for 3 months. After 3 months, you collect, let's say you raise 1 lakh. Then you would still like to continue with me for next 9 months time. Then you pay me my balance 21,500 rupees and start paying me 7,500 rupees every month thereafter. So as long as you're collecting funds through my guidelines, there will be absolutely no problem for you to pay me my monthly fee. You will have issue only when you don't raise funds. So that is not going to happen, because the way I'm teaching, there are proven cases where people are raising funds. Okay, so this is my submission to all of you. And as a test case, what you can do is, to start with, you can pay me 3,000 rupees initially and enroll yourself. By making this payment of 3,000 rupees, what I will do is, I will give you 3 videos. Okay, 3 videos which runs for 1 hour each, which means about 3.5 hours will be the total number of videos. In that 3.5 hours, 3 videos, you will get to know what you should be doing for the next 1 year. For the next 1 year, what all things you should do, you will be very clearly knowing about it. And after watching these 3 videos, you will know whether you are capable of doing that activity or not. If you are not, supposing you are not computer savvy, you are not a computer skilled man, you don't know how to operate, how to open a Facebook account, you don't know, you have no idea. The alternate solution for you is to keep a person who knows computer language. Otherwise, you should learn that. If neither of these 2 things you can do, then you don't take up my course, because I am going to teach you only digital. I'm not going to teach you how you can get funds from government. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you how you can raise funds from crowdfunding, how you can get from CSR, how you can get from social media, from individuals. This is my teaching going to be. These are the 3 things that I'm going to teach you. And there are many other internal activities that I've explained in the 3 videos that I've shown you. So only those who has capability of learning the skill or has got people who can help you in doing these activities, only those NGOs can join me. And when you join me, what is the next thing that I can do? I'll make you self-sustainable. Okay, you don't have to depend on anybody. Money will just keep flowing for you, pouring for you, day in and day out. Every single day, money will start coming to you. That's how my teachings will be there. So are you all okay for that? Now, yeah, fees. Dr. Prasad is asking me, fees, once again, I should reply, I should send. My initial requirement that all of you should enroll yourself in my program by paying 10,000 rupees. This 10,000 rupees can be paid in 2 installments. First installment will be 3,000 rupees, for which I'll give you 3 videos. Okay, these 3 videos, you will watch this. And once you are convinced, yes, I can do this program for the next 12 months, as Sridhar says, then you pay me balance 7,000 rupees and attend my mentorship program, which I do every Thursday. Okay. If you supposing after watching these 3 videos, supposing you feel, no, I can't do this activity for the next 12 months. No, this is very difficult for me. I can't do this. Then you can quit, no problem. So for that, whatever 3 videos I've given, that is your property. You keep it. Whenever you feel you are able to acquire that knowledge, skills, you come back to me later on, maybe a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, you want to come to me later. As long as you're confident that, yes, I can do this activity, then pay me balance 7,000 rupees and start attending my Thursday weekly mentorship program, which starts from 9 o'clock and ends at about 10:30. 9 to 10:30 will be the program. This I will do it every month, every week, religiously for every one of you. All of you can keep attending, whoever has paid that money. Every month, there is a monthly fees, 7,500 rupees per month. This 7,500 rupees per month, you will not pay me until you raise minimum of 1 lakh. Minimum of 1 lakh you should raise. That I will give you actually a 30 days target for that. In 30 days time, if you get that money, you pay me 7,500 rupees. If you don't get that 1 lakh, don't pay me. Okay. Next 3 months, you don't pay me. Next 3 months, until you get 1 lakh, don't pay me. So 3 months time, within 3 months time, if you are not able to raise 1 lakh, that means there is fundamentally something wrong with your program or with your implementation. There is no way that you cannot raise, because along with you, many others would have joined, and you will see that your own friend neighbor who has joined from this program, whoever has joined, he has raised the money, you are not been able to raise the money. So there is something fundamentally wrong from you. So you can quit, you don't have to pay me balance money, and you can quit and go. But if you succeed, you continue. And if you continue, what is that I'm telling you is minimum of 10 lakhs and a maximum of 1 crore. 10 lakhs to 1 crore is what you can see in the next 12 months time. So now is it clear what I've told you? Piece is very clear. Now whoever is, now whoever is ready to join me, you can tell me in the chat box that I am ready. You can say I am ready or IAR. Whoever is ready. Then what I will do is I will share.
One question.
Yeah,
One
please.
question.
Please, go ahead.
We'll have to pay 7,500 rupees for how many months?
For 12 months.
And after that?
After that, if you want to continue again, we can renew. We can review at the end of 12 months.
Okay.
At the end of 12 months, you would have raised some good money, right? Some good amount of funds would have come. You would have been happy with me. Then you don't mind continuing with me forever, right? As long as I'm there. So I've got now people saying, Mukesh has said he's ready. Realme C15, can you tell me what is your name? Dr. Prasad, Dr. Mukesh, then Realme, Sujit, Dr. Sujit, Shivanandan, Pavitra Shivkumar, Dr. Prasad. I have a question. Have you guided cultural organizations too? Or is it mostly social entrepreneurship? So mostly it is social entrepreneurship, but for cultural organization also it is possible. What we can do is after this session gets over, please connect with me over telephone and we can talk over the phone. I'll try to understand. I'll tell you whether it is possible or not. Okay. If it is not possible, I will tell you it is not possible. Okay. I'm going to share my number now in the.
Yeah, in this guidance, will you be guiding for the development of project also, or guiding about the projects also?
Project proposal submission.
Yeah.
No, project proposal preparation and all that I won't do. I can guide you. I can guide you.
We have some projects with us, but can you guide for this? Will that project be feasible or what? Like this?
I can do. Guidance can be given, but I won't guide you to get it from government. You know, where should be, I can tell you where it can be submitted also. That also I can do. But all that exercise you should do. But my teachings will be more towards social media, CSR funding and crowdfunding. These are the three things which can give you close to up to 1 crore kind of money. And I've got case studies for that. Okay, I hope I have clarified. Now let me go through once again. I've seen that Mukesh has said okay. Realme C15, who is that person? He has said okay, but I'm not knowing this name. Realme C15 Qualcomm edition. So can you reveal your name, please? Dr. Sujit Mundal, then Shivanandan, Pavitra, Dr. Prasad. Sridhar has got a doubt. Rajesh, Rajesh is the name. Okay, fine. Rajesh is that person. Arvind Kumar has not said, okay, he's only asked for my contact number. Gaushala, yes, I am definitely Makarand Gaushala. I'm very much interested in that. I can guarantee funds for you because that is a very good program, Gaushala. So don't worry, you please come. Arvind Kumar, Sridhar Hegde, Mukesh, right. L. Venkateshwan, all of you are ready. Now I'm going to share my number here, 63668. Please note down my number, 99996. 63668 99996 is my number. I have put it in the chat box. Okay. Now what you need to do now is, after this session gets over, you have to send me one WhatsApp message. Okay, I've already sent you my invitation and all that, so you must be having my WhatsApp message already. In that, you just reply that, you know, I am interested. I am give your name and NGO name. Then once I get the name of the your name and NGO name, I will send you my payment link for 3,000 rupees. Okay, make that payment and then attend tonight's program just to be an observer. Okay, just be observing, because I'll be doing this program for already people who have enrolled with me. I'll be doing a program for them. Okay, for that you can just watch. But this is eligible only for people who have paid 3,000 rupees. Immediately I will send you 3 videos and also one link, today's link. You can come and attend that program, watch how that mentorship program is going on. So you'll get some idea about that. Then you complete these 3 videos in the next 3 days or for 1 week time you have, right? You take before next Thursday, complete the whole videos, and before coming to the next mentorship program, pay the balance money of 7,000 rupees and get inside. And from that day, within next 1 month's time, you should be in a position to raise at least 1 lakh. At least 1 lakh. That is what I'm going to guide you. So are you all game for that? Any more questions you have? Any doubts you have? Any doubts about how to get enrolled? I'm going to send you payment link only in your WhatsApp account. Okay, when you message me back, I will know that you have shown interest and I will send you my payment link. Okay.
We have enrolled for ATG and 12A, but still we have not got the this certificate.
That also I'll help you.
Okay, will do.
I'll guide you. I'll help you how to get that ATG and 12A, from which IT officer you should get, whom should you approach. That also I'll tell you. Right. With that, thank you very much, and looking forward to be associated with you. So I'm seeing that from this group of about 22 people, I'm seeing that, let me count the number of people who have shown interest. Pavitra Shivkumar is 1, Rajesh is 2, Arvind Kumar is 3, then Manoj Kumar is 4, Venkateshwaran 5, Mukesh is 6, Sridhar Hegde, I'm not too sure whether he has said okay or not. He said sure. Then I have got Makarand Gunjal Gaushala, 8, Dr. Prasad 9, Shivanand Nandan Ilkal 10, then Dr. Sujit Mondal is 11. Have I missed out anybody else? 11 people have expressed interest. Is there anyone else's name I have missed out? If I have not missed out anybody's name, then we can wind up the session. See you soon. Okay, hope to see you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.